So this episode is all about portfolio, and as
Exciting.
annoying as well. I hate making portfolio,
Yeah.
but it is one important thing when you need to get into your career. Just show people what you have done, So it's very important. But I still hate it. So today we're gonna look at some portfolio that we both, other people's portfolio that we looked at and we liked,
Yeah.
and also gonna talk a little bit about what it's really important for a good portfolio piece. So first of all, I want to talk a bit about branding, personality. How do you bring that into your portfolio piece? So over here we see Jeremy Stokes. I really like this. It's almost like a very, how do I say it? Comic style, and it also, if you scroll down, the font is super huge. It's like impact on you. Like you really want to read it. And this kind of style, it's a little bit Figma related. I think Figma started this. Was it? I'm not sure.
Know.
Yeah, but almost like a really stroke outline really flat. And then so this is how he brings on the pieces that he has been working on, and not just design stuff. He's a designer, but he also has podcast, the location he have worked at, the case study. And I don't know, it just made me feel like it's almost reading a magazine, and I actually want to read each one of them because it all looks so fun. So this is really nice. And then he also have this etc. page, and then it goes into the things that he has been exploring, not just design. What does he do in his free time? So this is also part of the personal branding. It's almost like you're reading a comic, and it's really easy to digest because it breaks down into blocks like this.
Yeah, and you can also see a person from different perspectives.
Yes. I can see he's pretty cool person.
Yes.
We can. No.
What do you want?
Okay. All right. So what about this?
So Elizabeth Lin, she's a designer, and also she's in the education industry. So you can see the hierarchy, or like the navigation bar to the left. She talks about design and talk about teaching and illustration and other stuff. And you can see that it's also like a magazine, and she's also showing all the work she's done from different perspectives. And if you click into like one piece, and you see it, she has like annotation on each case study. It's like a conversation with the person, so
with the audience.
Yeah, so she's like talking to herself, and also you can see how she thinks and how she evaluates things.
So for this kind of stuff is really good for someone who have time to actually read through it. It's gonna be really nice, but it may be a little too much for recruiter when they try to skim through your pieces. But still, she does a pretty good job of breaking things down. So I think that's really nice. Another personal branding thing I want to mention about is for this kind of personal branding. It's almost like it's not showing you all the pieces he has done, but in one sentence, two sentences, he summarized what he does, and then what he was working at, and what he's now doing. And when you hover over each link, the background shows you what that means and what it is. It's almost like a really good landing page, and when you actually click into it, it takes you to his Notion specific page, talks about specific stuff. But this is really nice to summarize what you do.
Two sentences summarize yourself.
Exactly.
We should do that exercise.
We're really good at talking about other people's stuff. And when it comes to our own portfolio, it's tough, man. It's tough. So I admire all these people. So the second part I want to talk about is how do you build up a really clear portfolio piece, specifically case study, the work you have done. So for always, we want to make sure to be short,
Clean, straight to the point,
so that people can actually get to what you actually have done during that whole project.
Sometimes we've done a lot for the project, so we want to show everything.
You want to talk about everything,
but that's not good.
That's not good. You can always have a piece in the in your document somewhere when you try to present. You can show that, but on a portfolio piece like this, you want to be short and straight to the point. So first of all, this one, what do you think?
So it's Philip. If you click into one piece, so you can see if you scroll down, it's really clean, and each section is pretty short. And then you can see he summarizes some bulletin point for each of the section, and also the animation here helps you to see those bulletin points to kind of emphasize those. You can see really clean like process step by step.
Sometimes, you know, eventually if you do feel like there's so much you want to talk about and you just want to put on your website, that's fine. We have an example here. We think he or she does a good job.
So these portfolio piece relatively longer than the other two, and you can see she's using the subtitles to tell a story. So if you don't have time, you can just read the subtitle here, for example, with better privacy protection, that sentence, and then just take a look at those graphics, and you can still understand what she's trying to, the point that she's trying to raise here. So even though the piece itself is pretty long, but you can also use the navigation to jump to one section.
This is nice. Here are some portfolios we really like, and I know portfolios, it's a hard thing to do, and especially do it well, and everybody have different preference. So we wish everybody who's watching this learn something or find something fun about this piece. Let us know what you think.
We'll put the links
down below, I guess. Yes, I hope they don't mind.
Thank you.
Bye.